Well, good
Well,
morning
morning
from
from
Anchorage,
Anchorage,
Alaska. It's
Alaska.
still
It's still
morning here
morning
by a
here
few
by a few
minutes
minutes,
anyways. This is
anyways. This
Dr.
is
John
Dr.
Growth
John
on
Growth
the
on the
brief
brief
pregame
pregame
show. We'll
show.
walk you
We'll
through
walk
the
you through the
starting
starting
lineups for both
lineups for both
teams.
teams.
It's the
It's the
Chugiak Eagle
Chugiak
River
Eagle River
Chinooks
Chinooks
versus the
versus the
Peninsula
Peninsula
Oilers.
Oilers. I
The
know the
description on
description
the
on the
broadcast had
broadcast
something.
had
I think
something.
they
I think
had it that we were playing the Pilots today, but
they had that
no,
we were
it's the
playing the
Oilers
Pilots
on
today, but
game two
no,
of
it's
the
the Oilers on
2024
game two of
Scout
the
Showcase here in
2024
Anchorage.
Scout
So
Showcase here
the
in
Chinooks won
Anchorage.
yesterday's
And
ball
so
game over
the
the
Chinooks
Alaska
won
Gold Banners
yesterday's
by a
ball
score of
game
3 to
over the
2.
Alaska Gold Banners by a score of
And
3 to
today they will
2.
take on the Oilers from
And today they will take
Kenai.
on the
And so
Oilers
let's walk
from
you through the lineups for both
Kenai.
clubs.
And so
For
let's
the
walk you through the
Chinooks,
lineups for both clubs.
here's the
For the
lineup that Tim
Chinooks,
Collis put down for Game 2
here's
of
the
the
lineup that Tim
7-inning
Collis put
showcase
down for game
ball
two of
game.
the seven
Leading
inning
off will be the
showcase
shortstop,
ball game.
Oliver
Leading off
Degenhart,
will be the
batting second.
shortstop, Oliver
Is the
Degenhart.
third
Batting
baseman,
second
David Broughton.
is the
Batting
third
third,
baseman,
first
David
baseman, Jordan
Broughton.
Jaffe.
Batting
Batting
third,
cleanup,
first
the
baseman,
designated
Jordan
hitter,
Jaffe.
Jacob
Batting
Hayes.
cleanup, the designated hitter, Jacob Hayes.
Batting fifth is the center fielder,
Batting
Jaden Hill.
fifth is the center fielder,
Batting
Jaden
sixth is the
Hill.
right fielder, Sam Kwapnowski.
Batting sixth
Batting
is the right
seventh,
fielder,
the
Sam
left fielder,
Kwapnowski. Batting
Orion
seventh, the
Medeiros.
left fielder,
Batting eighth is the
Orion
catcher,
Medeiros.
Dustin
Batting
Eisenagel.
eighth is
Batting
the
ninth for
catcher,
the
Dustin
Chinooks.
Eisenagel. And
Second
batting
baseman,
ninth for the
Peyton Neiman.
Chinooks.
On the mound
Second
for the
baseman,
Nooks,
Peyton
Troy
Neiman. On the
Lopez.
mound for the Nooks,
For the
Troy
Peninsula Oilers, they
Lopez.
will be the visitors
For
on
the
the
Peninsula
scoreboard today.
Oilers, they
They'll
will
be
be
the
the
home team
visitors
today.
on the scoreboard today. The Nooks will be
Here's
the
the
home
lineup
team
that
today.
longtime coach Larry
Here's the
McCann,
lineup
who's
that
down at home
longtime
plate right
coach
now,
Larry
meeting with Tim
McCann,
Cole and
who's
the
down at
umpire
home
crew for
plate right now,
today's
meeting with Tim
Game
Cole and the
1.
umpire
Three
crew
games
for
today,
today's
12, 3, and
game
6,
one.
just like
Three
yesterday. They'll
games
be the
today,
same
12, 3, and 6, just
format
like yesterday. And they'll be
tomorrow,
the
and the
same
Chinooks
format
will play the early
tomorrow.
game in
And the
all 3
Chinooks
days.
will play the early game in
And
all
so
3
here's the lineup
days.
that Coach McCann has
And so
put
here's
down
the lineup
for
that Coach
the
McCann
Oilers.
has
Leading
put
off
down
is the
for the
shortstop, Petey
Oilers.
Soto.
Leading off is the
Batting second,
shortstop,
third
Petey
baseman
Soto.
Cole Dawson.
Batting
Batting
second,
third,
third
center
baseman
fielder
Cole
Colin
Dawson. Batting
Robson.
third, center
Batting
fielder
cleanup
Colin
is the right
Robson.
fielder Aiden
Batting
Sullivan.
cleanup, it's the right
Batting
fielder
fifth, first
Aiden
baseman Ty
Sullivan.
Thomas.
Batting fifth, first baseman
second
Ty
baseman
Thomas.
Kyle
Batting
McDaniel.
sixth, second baseman
Batting
Kyle
seventh is the
McDaniel.
designated hitter
Batting seventh
Andrus
is the designated
Matat.
hitter
Batting
Andrus
eighth is the catcher
Matat.
Brock Worthington.
Batting eighth is the
Batting
catcher
ninth
Brock
for the Oilers,
Worthington.
left
And
fielder
batting
Bryce
ninth
Berkey.
for the Oilers,
On the mound
left
for the
fielder
Oilers,
Bryce Berkey.
Ryan
On the mound
Hughes.
for the Oilers, Ryan
Coaches are going
Hughes.
through
The
the ground
coaches are
rules
going
and
through
maybe asking what they had for
the ground
breakfast
rules
this
and
morning.
maybe asking what they had for breakfast this morning.
Not probably going to have an
Um,
anthem. We did not
We're
have one
not
yesterday.
probably
They
going to have
saved
an
the
anthem. We
for
did
the
not
later
have one
games. They're
yesterday.
shaking
They
hands
saved
as
the
we
anthem for
speak.
the later games. They're
And
shaking
the
hands as
Chinooks
we
are the home
speak.
team, so they should
And the
probably be
Chinooks are the home
running
team,
out
so they
there
should
soon and
probably
taking the
be
field.
running out there
Beautiful
soon and taking the
afternoon
field.
here. We're not quite
Beautiful
afternoon. It's
afternoon here. We're not
11:56
quite
Alaska
afternoon.
time.
It's
So
11:56 Alaska time. So
and we are at 65
and
degrees.
we are at
Even nicer than yesterday.
65
Yesterday we were
degrees. Boy,
about 59
even
at
nicer
game
than
time.
yesterday. Yesterday we were
We
about
are headed for the
59
low
at game
70s
time.
today.
We are headed for the low
And
70s
boy, what a
today.
forecast if you look for the
And
week.
boy, what a
All of
forecast
them
if
in
you
the
look for the
60s. The
week.
first couple of weeks
All
we've
of them
been
in
here,
the
it's been in the
60s. The
50s,
first
been
couple of
rainy
weeks
and
we've been
soggy.
here, it's been in the
Boy, got
50s, kind of
another
rainy and soggy.
picture perfect
Boy, you
day
got
for some
another
great baseball.
just picture
Glad
perfect
you're
day
with
for
us,
some great
and we're
baseball.
getting ready to play
Glad you're with
baseball
us,
here in just a few
and
minutes.
we're
We'll be
getting ready
back
to
in
play
just a
baseball
moment
here in
with
just
the
a few
first
minutes. We'll
pitch.
be back in just a moment with the first pitch.
Correct. Call to the 15, 80 sold. First baseman from Mount San Antonio, for 25 Thomas. Second baseman from Contact number 7, Kyle McDaniel. 7 for the 8 from Mount San Antonio, number 16, Andres Ita. 8 catcher for Cobb Baptist University, number 22. Awkward. Back 9% road from Cleveland State Community, ball from number 8, Bryce Berkey. And pitcher for Butters, University of Toledo, number 17, Ryan Hughes. Now starting line for the Chinooks, batting first, the shortstop from Truman State University, number 9, Oliver Dagan. And second, third baseman from Prince University, number 10, David Bach. And third, the first baseman from the University of Richmond, number 12, Gordon Hawkins. And fourth, for the 8 from the Logistics Pacific, number 32, Jacob Hayes. And good to center, Arkansas State, number 15, Jaden Miller. And sixth, the right fielder, North Iowa area, and he falls in 22, Sam Albanese. And seventh, right fielder, T. Lumber, Boston University, 21, Alon Mendes. He's going to the inside. That's type of that's type of 7 University of Arkansas ball, number 11. AG. And it's in Super Fun.
All right, welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. We're getting ready for first pitch here in Game 2 of the Scout
Alaska, we're getting ready for first pitch here in Game 2 of the Scout Showcase 2024 version. The Chinooks have taken the field. They're wearing their retro AIA baseball jerseys that have been introduced this season to the club. A little heavier type of jersey, but kind of repping the AIA history. I actually played a couple years with AIA, and so I wore a jersey with AIA across the front. The other two jerseys that they wear have the Chinooks across the front. Wearing their navy blue retro AIA jerseys with the white pants. Got the white panel hat with the red bill and the navy blue backing.
I don't know what they're wearing.
And
Here we go. They got their
Oilers,
sleeveless black tops on.
I don't know what they're wearing. Here we go. They got their sleeveless black tops on. They love those. Red sleeves, got the gray pants going.
Ball caps they got because they got helmets on.
We'll wait till they go out in the field to tell you what kind of ball caps they got because they got helmets on. That's all I can see from here. So here's the leadoff hitter, the shortstop, Petey Soto.
He's a freshman, 5'9", 160
for
out of St. George.
The Oilers, he's a freshman, 5'9", 160 out of St. George. Their roster pretty limited. Doesn't tell you where they're from and where their school is. Just a very brief intro. First pitch fouled straight back. We're underway at 12:02. Just a little bit late. Yesterday we were a little early. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Glad you're with us. If you get a chance to chime in on the live chat somewhere today, love to hear from where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, who you're watching with. The 0-1. Just off the plate. Pretty good spot. Ball 1 strike.
And there goes. Fly by. I don't know. We are on the takeoff and landing pattern for Merrill Field, which is a couple miles from here. So we got these single-engine airplanes zooming by every other minute. Pop up right side. I'm not sure if it's going to stay in or not. Jaffe over toward the bleachers. Makes the grab right in front of the Oiler dugout for out number 1. Nice job by Jordan to drift over there. And ball kind of wanted to pop out of his glove, but he stayed with it. And there's 1 up and 1 down in the first inning. Stepping in now is the third baseman, Cole Dawson. Went through the lineups earlier. We'll kind of rifle through them quickly here as we get through this first half inning. First pitch is in there for a strike, so that was Petey Soto, the shortstop. Cole Dawson bats second. The center fielder is Colin Robson. He'll bat third. Then it's the right fielder, Aiden Sullivan, batting cleanup. First baseman Ty Thomas bats fifth. Second baseman Kyle McDaniel will bat sixth. Batting seventh is the DH, Andres Matat, Batting eighth is the catcher, Brock Worthgen. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Bryce Berkey. Defensively for the Chinooks, Orion Medeiros in left, Jaden Hill in center, Sam Kwapnowski in right field. Around the infield, David Broughton at third, Oliver Degenhart at short, Peyton Neiman at second, Jordan Jaffe at first. Dustin Eisenagel gets the nod behind the plate, and on the mound, 6 foot and 160, Troy Lopez just missed on that pitch, 3-1. Troy Lopez, a freshman out of Chino Hills, California, Westmont University player, and he likes to go from the stretch. 3 balls and a strike with 1 away. And that ball's fouled straight back, and it's a full count. Soto popped up in foul territory to first base, and now it's Cole Dawson, second batter of this ball game, just underway. Beautiful day here in Anchorage, 65 degrees. That's popped up behind the plate. Eisenagel going to look for it and could not make the grab, gets out of play. So we'll do it again with a full count. As we said yesterday during the broadcast, when you got hitters with 3 ball counts, they're probably going to be whacking away at something close. Don't want to do a lot of walking. This is a scout showcase. We got some Major League scouts here for the weekend. Exhibition baseball, so these games don't count towards ABL play. Trying to get everyone seen, and the players certainly want to be aggressive with three ball counts. They're not looking to walk. 3-2 pitch, and he fouled that one straight back at us. Comes off the net. And we'll do it again. Pesky at bat here from third baseman Cole Dawson. Next pitch, fly ball right field. And easy play for Kwapnowski. He'll make it. And there's 2 outs. Cole Dawson, a junior, 5'9", 185 out of Russellville. I apologize for on the Oiler roster, all it gives me is one location. I don't know what state. So hopefully folks can appreciate that a little bit. Stepping in now, left-handed center fielder Colin Robson. Pitch is in there for a strike. And Colin Robson, 6'2", 190 out of Southlake. And swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2. Troy Lopez, freshman out of Chino Hills, California, working a clean first inning so far. And working ahead of Robson. Here's the 0-2. It's going to miss high. Well, a 3-2 win yesterday for the Chinooks. Couple of home runs. Flexing their muscles with their first 2 home runs of the season. The wind in the same direction today. We got west-southwesterly 3 to 6 miles an hour. Check swing, and Eisenagel blocks it. But no go, says the third base umpire. And it's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we had a couple of homers towards left field, and that wind's blowing straight out to left again today. So it says 4 to 6 miles an hour on the weather app, but it looks a little bit more than that today. Line drive down the right field side, and that's foul. So we'll do it again. We got some drums going on somewhere close to this ballpark. So we might have to be dealing with that all afternoon. We are right next to an event center, Sullivan Arena. And I know yesterday they had some of the parking lot roped off for something. Yes, it seems like there may be a band warming up back there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. It's a perfect first inning for Troy Lopez. And the Nooks will come to the plate. And here's their lineup. I'll go ahead and walk you through it here. As the Oilers take the field, they got their black ball caps. And finally got to see the hats. So black ball caps, black jerseys with the sleeveless. I like the sleeveless look, actually. They got the yellow under sleeves and the gray pants. So the lineup for the Chinooks, they are 3-4 on this season. They're 2-4 in ABL play. Second-year head coach Tim Cole is the skipper, and Kyle Peets the pitching coach. Here's the lineup for the Chinooks. Leading off is the shortstop Oliver Dagenhart, batting second. Third baseman David Broughton. Batting third is the first baseman Jordan Jaffe. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter Jacob Hayes. Batting fifth, center fielder Jaden Hill. Batting sixth, right fielder Sam Kopnowski. Batting seventh, left fielder Orion Medeiros. Batting eighth is the catcher Dustin Eisenagel, and batting ninth for the Chinooks, second baseman Peyton Neiman. Defensively for the Oilers, they are 1-3 on the year, and they are led by longtime head coach Larry McCann. Larry's done a number of stints with a number of clubs here in the ABL over the years. Did some time with the Pilots and has been with the Oilers for a number of years. And defensively for the Oilers, Bryce Berkey is in left, Colin Robson in center field, Aiden Sullivan in right, around the infield, Cole Dawson at third, Petey Soto at short, Kyle McDaniel at second, Ty Thomas at first, Brock Worthgen behind the plate, and on the mound, 6'7", 200, Ryan Hughes, big right-hander out of the University of Toledo, Cave Creek, Arizona native. So Hughes taking his last few warm-up tosses as the Chinooks get ready to take their first at-bats against the lanky righty. And Miss Franklin's checked in from Southern California. Good to hear from you. Miss Lopez watching Troy, her son from California. So thanks for checking in. Miss Serrano rooting for the Chinooks and her nephew Troy. First pitch is a fastball just off the plate. Didn't miss by much. Called a ball. And this is Oliver Dagenhart. Dagenhart, Truman State University, St. Louis, Missouri native. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. 5'11", 175. And Oliver, in yesterday's showcase game against the Panthers, 0 for 3. Strikeout, a pop-up, and a ground out. Here's the 1-1. And takes a big swing at that, fouls it off, 1-2. Kenai, about 3.5 miles from, probably about 3 hours from the Anchorage area, 3.5 or so from the Chugiak area. And what a beautiful drive it is between here and Kenai. Of course, a lot of folks love to fish the Kenai River. There are a lot of fishing resorts right along that river, and it's an amazing drive between here and the Kenai Peninsula. And the Chinooks will make that trip later this summer in July. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Well, he got fisted, and over to first base it goes, and taking it himself is Ty Thomas. So Dagenhart out 3U if you're scoring at the house, and there's 1 out. That'll bring up the third baseman, David Broughton. Broughton, 6'2", 200. He is a freshman from Quincy University, Fenton, Missouri native. Big right-hander, Ryan Hughes. 6'7" and 200 pounds. He likes to go from the stretch. That knee comes up, delivers the fastball outside, ball one. And David did not play in yesterday's ball game, so he's getting his first showcase at bat. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan Jaffe played third yesterday. Jaffe moves over to first base today. He's in the on-deck circle. Jacob Hayes, who actually had a home run yesterday, is the DH. He'll bat fourth. 1-1 pitch, healthy swing, and it's 1-2. Couldn't connect on the fastball. And now you see Broughton choking up a bit. Seeing if he can put this ball in play. Scoreless here, bottom of the first inning. Ryan Hughes on the mound. University of Toledo Rocket fouled straight back. And now I hear cheerleaders. There must be some kind of cheering or band competition going on back behind us here. We're going to have to deal with that all afternoon. You know, given the fact that we're going to get to the low 70s, we'll put up with it. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch there by Hughes. And Broughton will have to walk back to the dugout. First strikeout victim for Ryan Hughes with 2 outs, nobody aboard. First baseman Jordan Jaffe steps in. So Jaffe 0 for 3 yesterday against the Panthers. Strikeout swinging, fly ball to center, ground ball to third. First pitch swinging, fly ball well hit to right, but Sullivan's got a beat on it and gloves it for out number 3. So F9 if you're scoring at the house. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Nooks go in order. We're going to the second. We're playing 7 here again today. Still scoreless. Back in just a minute. And welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. We're at Mulcahy Stadium. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. And, boy, it looks like Mr. Lopez has got family all over the place watching the ball game. Good to hear from all of you. We've heard from, well, let me know where you're watching from. A lot of you are from California. I guess a lot of Mr. Lopez's family are from California. But stepping in for the Oilers is going to be Aiden Sullivan, the right fielder. Takes ball 1. Still scoreless here through the first inning. Top of 2. We're playing 7. Yesterday, the pace of play was amazingly fast. We got done in just over 2 hours. And so far, pace is haven't had a base runner yet. So moving right along here. The 2-0. Ground ball, right side. Neiman up with it. Fires over to Jaffe, and there's 1 out. So 1 up and 1 down. That'll bring up first baseman Ty Thomas. Ty Thomas listed as 6'3", 205 from San Bernardino. First pitch. Boy, pretty good breaking pitch. Just missed, not by much. Well, Certainly it's great to hear from Miss Alexander, rooting for Troy, and Miss Lily also. I'm going to try that last name. Ahumada. Pronunciations are always a challenge sometimes for broadcasters and PA announcers. So here's the 2-0, and that's in there for a strike. Well, the 7-day forecast here, really nice. Got a couple of 70s for the first time since we've been here. So these guys are going to enjoy some really good weather in the next couple of days. There's a ground ball to short. Dagenhart fields it, throws it over to Jordan Jaffe, 2 outs. So really nice job here by Troy Lopez. He has faced 5 Oilers and retired all 5. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Kyle McDaniel. Kyle McDaniel, 5'9", 185 from Pahrump. And don't ask me where Pahrump is. As I said, the Oiler roster just has one location, doesn't give you the state or where it's from, so just a city. So if you want to Google that, you can. 2 balls and no strikes to Kyle McDaniel, the second baseman. Steps in from the left side. Third left-handed hitter for the Oilers so far. And that ball's way inside. Now you're 1 pitch away from allowing the first base runner of this ball game. Both pitchers have done a nice job. And 8 batters come to the plate. Nobody's reached yet. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Catches the corner, 3-1. Infield playing normal depth. Outfield the same. Straight away. First time that these two clubs will meet. They'll play 10 more times in ABL play after this weekend. 3-1. Fouled off. So what that means, if you look at our schedule, the pretty sure that almost all the Oiler games are going to be after July 1. Might be wrong on that. I'll have to double check the schedule. Let's see. And there's ball 4. First base runner of the day, a 2-out walk to McDaniel. Here goes the perfect game. I'll look at that schedule real quick. Stepping in is Andres Mitap, the DH for the Oilers. Little tapper. That's foul. And let's just peek at this schedule here. Yeah, the next time the Chinooks will play the Oilers will be July 3rd, and that's a home game. And they also play them the 8th. Ground ball to short. This should do it. Dagenhart fields, throws over to Neiman, and he dropped the ball. Well, it's going to be an E4 there. Looked like a pretty good feed, and Peyton just didn't secure the baseball. So the inning will continue on an error by Peyton Neiman. Oliver flipped that throw over to Peyton, and it just got away from him. And so the inning will continue, a walk and an error, and now it's Brock Worthgen, the catcher. So these two clubs will play almost all their games against one another in the month of July. There goes the runner, double clutch by Eisnagel, and just missed tagging him. Almost got him even with the double pump. So you got the double steal going on here, and both runners safe. Runner at second base was Kyle McDaniel. He got a massive jump, so Dustin didn't even think about throwing the third, and double clutch just a moment, and that allowed Mitap to slide in safely, and he still almost got tagged out. Ground ball third base side. That's a fair ball. Backhanded by Broughton. Long throw, and boy, came down on the bag. Jordan Jaffe had to jump up for that throw, and when he came down, his foot was right on the bag for out number 3. So nice play both by David Broughton. That was a well-hit ball that he backhanded and almost airmailed the throw, but Jaffe was able to jump up in the air, catch the ball, come down right on the first base bag. So that'll do it. No runs on no hits. You leave 2 guys on, and we're headed to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. Bottom of the second inning. For the Chinooks, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. They went in order in the top of the first. Jacob Hayes to lead it off. He's the designated hitter. Then it'll be Jaden Hill and Sam Kwapnowski. For the Chinooks coming up after this showcase, the next game will be tomorrow, same bat time. We'll be on the air just a few minutes before noon, and we'll play the Bucks tomorrow. We'll be the visitor, I think, for that game. Today we're the home team. And then you turn right around after this 3-game showcase in Anchorage, come back down here for a 6 o'clock ABL game against the Pilots. And I got 2 in a row against the Pilots, one on Monday, one on Wednesday. And as we said earlier yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row down at Mulcahy. So we'll be burning that road between here and Chugiak up for the next 2 weeks. Our next game away from Mulcahy, as Hayes takes ball 1, is at the Miners on the 26th. So that's 11 days away. Got a couple of off days mixed in there as well. 1 ball, no strikes. Jacob Hayes had a home run here yesterday in the first showcase game against the Panthers. He walked, struck out, and hit a solo shot that really was the difference in the ballgame. A 3-2 ballgame that Jacob hit that home run in the top of the 6th inning, and that was the difference. Check swing, thought he went, and he did. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. So, as we said earlier, it's interesting that nearly all the Oiler games, we lost 1 game on the 11th due to rain, as Hayes fouls that one off. And as it ended up, we probably could have played that. The weather cleared a little earlier than we thought, and so we're putting a doubleheader on the 3rd of July in Chugiak. That'll be the next game, but so every game against the Oilers in ABL play will be in the month of July. That's 10 ball games, 5 home, 5 away. And that's kind of unique. Normally we play a little more evenly distributed schedule. There's a little pop fly to the first base side, and nice job over there by Ty Thomas to run it down for out number 1. Well, if you're scoring at the house, it's PO3. Caught that in foul territory running towards the fence. 1 up, 1 down. Now it's the switch hitting center fielder, Jaden Hill. And Jaden will play center for the 2nd day in a row. 0 for 3 yesterday. A couple of grounders to second and a strikeout looking. First pitch inside and got the umpire. Never a good thing when the umpire gets hit. And he got it right on the right hand. And the catcher, both umpires are going to make their way to home plate. Not sure there's a whole lot to be done here. And he's grabbing that hand. Never a good feeling. You know, the catchers usually take the brunt of those types of plays. And That's why these umpires that put the gear on and call behind the dish are really happy when they see a big catcher or a catcher that does an amazing job of blocking those kind of pitches. Well, that one got by the catcher. Probably be a little bit of a sorry about that from the catcher. He's talking to his dugout right now about that very thing. The catcher is the umpire's best friend on those kind of situations. And they both sometimes take a beating. And Ryan Hughes is going to try to stay loose as the home plate umpire gathers himself and he's going to stay with it here. And there's the I'm sorry, Mr. Umpires, showing him the wounds. Those guys are birds of a feather right there. They put all that gear on, and that doesn't matter how much gear you got. Somehow these foul tips and those wild pitches seem to find those areas that are unprotected. So we're back at baseball now. Jaden Hill will step in with a 1-0 count. And Mr. Umpire gets a little round of applause from some of the folks here. Now we got plenty of music coming from back behind the stadium. First, our next pitch is into center field, and that'll be a base hit for Jaden Hill. Well, didn't barrel it up, but as we say, it's a line drive in the scorebook. And Jaden Hill's 1 for 1 today. 1 out, 1 aboard. Sam Kwapnowski. He'll step in with Jaden Hill over at first base. So apologize for the music, but we're going to have to kind of deal with that. It's just some ambient noise that's back behind us in the parking lot of this ballpark. The 1-0 and foul tip. Well, that's not right. That's 0-1. That's the first pitch of the at-bat. I think the 1-0 was left up there from Jaden Hill. 1 out, 1 aboard. Hughes from the stretch. Way off the plate. Now it's 1-1. I think it's 1-1. Well, now they turned the volume up. So we'll get to enjoy whatever music that is, whether we want to or not. Hughes the set, Hughes the pitch. Swing and a miss. I think it's 1-2. Mr. Umpire, that injured hand's not going to give us a visual on the count. Scoreboard says 2-2, but I think it's 1-2. Yeah, kind of interesting set position for Mr. Hughes on the mound. The next pitch, there goes the runner. Ball gets away. It's going to be a stolen base because Hill was on his way either way. Can't assume he'd be thrown out. If he had not been going, that would have been a wild pitch. But I believe it's 2-2 now. We'll have to see if this next pitch is a ball, whether it's ball 4 or ball 3, because I don't know. Maybe I missed a pitch here, but it seemed like the first pitch of the at-bat was a strike. So Hughes from the stretch now, the pitch. And it is ball 4. So I must have missed a pitch. So that'll be walk number 1 issued by Ryan Hughes. Chinooks have 2 runners on with only 1 out. And here's Orion Medeiros. So Medeiros did not play yesterday. He'll get his first plate appearance of the showcase. And Hughes likes to start, when he gets to sign that front elbow way high and then drops it down into the set position. First pitch off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Chinooks 3-4 on the summer, 2-4 in ABL play. I think this is going to be the first non-league game for the Oilers. They're 1-3 on the year. The pitch drops one right into the inside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Aces are wild on the board. Still scoreless here, bottom of the 2nd inning. Pace of play not quite what it was yesterday. I don't know that these umpires are truly enforcing the clock rule that these guys are used to pitching under in school ball. All of college baseball now with that 20-second clock. Some of the conferences have the clock going that's visible. Other times the umpire's got a little timer on his belt that buzzes after 20 seconds. And now he's going to step off, and nobody's going to say anything about a disengagement. Normally you get one of those, and then you got to go make sure you come to the plate. 1-2 pitch. And that's off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hughes has the sign. Checks the runner. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him. So Medeiros will go down swinging for out number 2. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Ryan Hughes. And now it's Dustin Eisenagel, the Chinook catcher, with 2 outs and 2 on. Nooks got 1 hit, and the Oilers do not have a hit yet. First pitch, in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1, and that's off the plate. Beautiful day here in Anchorage. Started at 65. We're headed for the low 70s. I know one of the benefits of playing the early game, these guys can go out and do some hiking or other things after it's over. Look out. That's back behind Dustin's head. And he'll go at it now with a 2-1 count, kind of having a chat with Mr. Umpire there. Those catchers, they got a special relationship with the umpires. The 2 catchers there and an umpire. I always felt like the catchers get a little wider zone, and ball is fouled off at home plate. That'll even things. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, we got the Oilers' Elijah Vogelsong. Parents watching from Ohio. Well, I'm from Ohio. Grew up in northeast Ohio near Chagrin. Well, not near, in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. About 40 minutes south and east of Cleveland. So thanks for checking in on that. Strike 3 called, and that'll do it. So the 3rd strikeout of the game ends the inning, and Ryan Hughes gets out of trouble. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 2 guys on. We're headed to inning number 3. It's still 0-0. Back in just a minute from Anchorage, Alaska. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. Top of inning number 3. And leading off for the Oilers is the 9-hitter, Bryce Berkey, the left fielder. Got limited info on these guys on their website. See if we can find Mr. Berkey's. He's 5'11", 185. He's out of Knoxville. I'm guessing that's from Tennessee. The 2-0 pitch fouls it off as he takes a whack at a fastball that might have been out of the zone. Normally, once we get back to ABL play, some of these aggressive swings and positive counts will probably diminish. Guys want to get a chance to swing the bat. Just missed on the off-speed pitch, 3-1. With the scouts watching, you want to show them what you can do with the bat. Don't want to really take a walk if you don't have to. Back on the mound is Troy Lopez for the Chinooks. There's a tapper to short. Degenhardt's going to have to hurry. Now Broughton across, throws to first, got him. Boy, I thought for sure that was going to get all the way to Oliver Degenhardt, but David Broughton came running across, as you do teach those third basemen, to take everything you can get. And it'll go as a 5-3 in the book. That's a really nice play by David Broughton for out number 1. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, P.D. Soto. Popped up to first base his first time up. Scoreless tie here in inning number 3. Scout Showcase day number 2. And appreciate Mr. Lewis checking in from Ohio. I'm curious to know where in Ohio he's chiming in from. High pop-up. Boy, I don't know if they're going to have room, and that's going to get out of play on top of the ballpark here. Ms. Broughton's checked in from Missouri, and Ms. Solway checked in rooting for Jacob Hayes. So appreciate those shout-outs on the live chat. If you haven't done so, let me know where you're rooting from and who you're rooting with and who you're rooting for. Got a couple Oiler fans on board. Glad to have you. 0-2 pitch from Lopez. That's a little looper into left, and it's going to hang up long enough for Medeiros to run under it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Oiler third inning. Now it's Cole Dawson. Dawson flew out to right field his first time up. And on the young season, Dawson, a .250 average. It's 2 for 8. Line drive up the middle, base hit, so it's a 2-out single for the Oiler third baseman. And the inning continues. Now it's Colin Robson. He's leading the Oilers with a .385 average, 5 out of 13 so far in the young ABL season. Struck out his first time up against Troy Lopez. Breaking pitch, catches the outside half, strike 1. Two outs and a runner at first base. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner on the delayed steal. You throw down, and you got him. Nicely done by Dustin Eisenagel. Boy, to react to that, they tried to catch him napping and did a really good job of throwing that ball down and getting Cole Dawson at second base. So that'll go 2 to 6, I think, on the caught stealing. And then that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 2.5 here in Anchorage. And we are still scoreless. Back in just a minute. Well, appreciate the information from Mr. Lewis that they are from Portsmouth, Ohio, which is down along the Ohio River. Be headed on July 1st. My wife and I will be down, and we'll be working with the other AIA baseball team the second half of the summer, the Xenia Scouts. So we'll be down that way, not too far from now. Stepping in is Peyton Neiman for the first time, second baseman for the Chinooks. First pitch misses, ball one. Peyton Neiman, 5'11", 185, a senior, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, Wichita, Kansas native. Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike. Ryan Hughes still on the mound for the Oilers. Both teams have gone with their starter for the first 3 innings. And as we said, the Chinooks will turn around and have to play an ABL game on Monday as Neiman check swings and pitch was called a strike. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know some of the ABL teams will have, at least one of them will have that Monday as an off day. But we'll come right back down here and play the Pilots at 6 o'clock off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman, Peyton Neiman. Second-year Chinook. One of only 2 second-year Chinooks. Shane Steffen, the other one. A lot of new faces on the Chinook roster. The 2-2. Fastball in the outside corner, called a strike. So back-to-back, actually 3 strikeouts in a row now for Ryan Hughes. He's starting to heat up. That's 4 strikeouts in the ball game. First out in the 3rd inning. Now it's Oliver Degenhart the second time through. Degenhart grounded out to first base his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Just getting started here in the ABL. Degenhart officially 1 for 13. Now, the one we still don't have the Pilot game, the 6-4 loss down here a week ago today. That game is not in the stats yet, so we're working on that. That's a Pilot thing. Home team's responsible for getting the stats in on their home games, so Pilots have had a little bit of a challenge getting that going, but I don't think it'll be too much longer before that game gets entered. So we have somewhat incomplete stats for the Chinooks. No balls and 2 strikes to Degenhart, the shortstop. Deep breath by Hughes. Here's the pitch. Way off the plate. Now, one of the things that I like to highlight for some of the families that aren't familiar with the ABL setup and geography, Chugiak Eagle River is in the ideal spot. We are halfway between Anchorage and Palmer, where 3 of the 4 teams that we play are located. So there's a chopper that's going to go foul. Count remains 1-2. So you got about a 30-minute trip here to Anchorage and about 30 minutes the other way to Palmer. So every night for almost the whole summer, you're going to be sleeping in your host family's bed. We do go over to Kenai for a 5-game series, and that's we mentioned earlier that's going to be later in July. But really the travel compared to some other summer leagues, really ideal here in Alaska for the Chinooks. Ground ball to short. This is going to be Soto, and boy, did not get him. Good hustle by Oliver Degenhart. He beat it out. That's going to be a infield single. And that'll be the second hit of the game for the Chinooks. Now it's David Broughton, the third baseman, who took a 3rd strike his first time up. David Broughton, 2 for 15 on the young season. That's a 133 average. First pitch. Catches the outside half, strike 1. Ryan Hughes. The set and the pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Miners and the Panners are next in this showcase day, and then tonight it's the Bucks and the Pilots, the two Anchorage clubs matching up. There's the 0-2. Boy, broken bat and slow roller. You're going to go to first and get the out. Boy, Broughton just got sawed off there. Ball was inside fastball. Degenhart will get to second base with 2 outs, and now it's Jordan Jaffe for the second time. Jaffe out of the University of Richmond. Flew out to right field his first time up. Jordan Jaffe on the summer, 3 for 18. That's a 167 average. Chinooks at 183. So that'll likely pick up as these guys get used to using that wood bat. Usually does. The pitchers always would have a bit of an advantage in the early going up here. Any of these wood bat summer leagues. Just a different, you got to use your hands a lot more in hitting. Don't get away with quite as many mishits, if you will, off the wood that you do on the aluminum. First pitch was a ball. It's 1-0. There's the pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are not statting this game, and so that's one of the reasons we don't have our scorebook on this screen there. These games are not a part of the official ABL season. So ground ball right side, and but a nice play there by the second baseman, Kyle McDaniel. Slides down, makes the catch, and wheels and throws out Jaffe for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 1 guy on. We're still scoreless through 3 innings. Glad you're with us from Anchorage, Alaska. We'll go to the 4th inning in just a minute. The new pitcher is Braden Adams for the Chinooks. Braden Adams, a junior from Columbia University International, Indian Trail, North Carolina native. Columbia International University. So he'll take over on the mound for Troy Lopez as the new pitcher for the Chinooks. First pitch misses, it's ball 1. That ball's hammered right field, and it's down, and Kwapnowski kind of blocks it and keeps the runner at first base. Nice job by Sam. Kind of got caught in between, and he just blocked the ball. It bounced back to him, and it'll be a single for Robson. Well-struck ball there by the Oilers center fielder Colin Robson. Now it's Aiden Sullivan for the second time. Robson now 1 for 2. He struck out his first time up. Now it's Aiden Sullivan. Grounded out to second base his first time up. Pitch is in there for a strike. So Braden Adams takes over. 5'9", 180. The 0-1 pitch, runner on the move, throw down to second, and did not get him. So stolen base for Colin Robson, the center fielder. He'll probably look to go to third here if he can get it. Going to have to work the running game a little bit if you're the Chinooks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-handed batting right fielder, Aiden Sullivan. Chance to give the Oilers a lead here. It's still scoreless. We're in the 4th inning. Off the plate. Well, you haven't had a lot of opportunity here. There goes the runner. Thought he might go. Throw to third and got him. Bang, bang play, and Robson is out. Good throw by Dustin Eisenagel. That'll go 2-5 on the caught stealing. And there's your first out of the inning. So aggressive base running, and you kind of thought that was coming. Colin Robson stole second. Felt like he got a good enough jump, and boy, Dustin Eisenagel just gunned him down. David Broughton putting the tag on there at third base. Here's the 3-1, and you walk him. So out with one, in with another. Right fielder Aiden Sullivan will draw the first walk of the day, issued by Braden Adams. It'll be the second walk issued by Chinook pitching. One out, one aboard. Ty Thomas grounded out to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And now you wonder if Sullivan might think about trying to get a bag here. Swing and a miss, strike one. Memory serves, Ty Thomas might have played on their team last year. This name sounds awful familiar. Might be a second-year Oiler. No balls in a strike. Runner not going. Ground ball to third. That's a fair ball. No, they're going to call it a foul ball. And that probably benefited the Chinooks. Broughton came up, made the play, tried to throw to second. And at that point, Mr. Umpire at home plate threw his hands up, called it a foul ball. Those balls that hit the ground before the bag, all they got to do is go over the bag in fair territory, which means if it goes over any part of that bag, it does not have to hit the line behind the bag. The balls that are in the air beyond the bag do have to hit on the line to be fair. There goes the runner on the 0-2 pitch, throw down, and that goes into center field. So the pitch is a ball, and it's a stolen base. Sullivan steals second, so you got a runner at second. One out, a 1-2 count. Pitch was well off the plate. So now you're going to play big infield here. Try to keep this ball inside the infield and keep that runner from coming around to score. The 1-2. Ground ball to third. Broughton on the big hop. Gobbles it up, throws across, and there's 2 outs. Ball kind of took a bit of a hop on David, and he did a good job adjusting and made a strong throw across the diamond to Jordan Jaffe for the second out. That was Kyle McDaniel, the second baseman. Drew a walk his first time up. Ended up stealing and would end up at third base. Both teams now with 2 hits. We're still scoreless as we play on here in the 4th inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Well, again, the infielders, what you're thinking here is just try to play big and keep the ball on the dirt if you can. Missed inside. 2-0. Now, it's not dirt here, it's turf, but doing your best to dive and keep that ball from getting to the outfield. Of course, the runner with 2 outs would likely be waved around if this ball gets through the infield. The 2-0. Ground ball, first base, Jaffe takes it himself, and there's your inning. 3U if you're scoring at the house. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 1 runner on. And we are through 3.5 for the Chinooks. It'll be the meat of their lineup, 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Jacob Hayes, Jaden Hill, and Sam Kwapnowski. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. A beautiful day here in Anchorage, Alaska. Check on the temperature here and see. We started at 65. We're up to 68 right now as we play on in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jacob Hayes will lead it off. Popped up to first base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. You still got Ryan Hughes on the mound for the Oilers. Foul tip at home plate. Now that got the catcher. Brooke Worthgen just took a foul tip. And boy, he's down. Go out and give him a cup of water. And he's just kind of probably telling him, I should have played first. I should have played outfield. I should have. Those catchers and umpires, they get beat up back there. And he's going to be okay, but has to gather himself for a minute. Mr. Umpire took one off the hand earlier in this ball game, so they're going to cry on each other's shoulders there for a moment. No balls and a strike to the designated hitter, Jacob Hayes. Hayes, the Chinook of the week for week number 1. I think he had a 385 start to the summer. Had a home run yesterday. First home run for him of the summer. Chinooks had 2 homers yesterday. Next pitch had a notion but held up. 3 balls and a strike. Louis Zulaika had a home run yesterday. Barreled one right around the foul pole. Jacob's home run was more to left center. Going to get something to hit right here. 3-1. The pitch. Takes a whack at it, as you might think. 3-2. Why not? Scout Showcase weekend. Anytime you get a 3-ball count in this showcase, you might as well be aggressive and swing at something. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And just a little bit low. And Hayes gets the call. I think Ryan Hughes, the pitcher, thought he had ball or strike 3 there. That'll be the walk. That'll be the second walk issued by Hughes. Stepping in now is the center fielder, Jaden Hughes. And Hughes has one of those 2 Chinook hits. Last time up, base hit to center field. Ryan Hughes the set. And the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. So we're at 68 degrees, and they're calling for 72 today, and just perfectly sunny. Look all around. There's just a few wispy clouds to the deep part of left field. And you just don't get too many of these days in a typical Alaska summer. When you get them, you love them. We've typically got some cloud cover and some sprinkles just about every day up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Little pop up, and the shortstop back behind his position makes the grab, and there's 1 out. So pop up by Hill will bring up Sam Kwapnowski for the second time. Kwapnowski drew a walk his first time up. And we're still scoreless here in the bottom of inning number 4. There's the pitch. Well, we've lost our band music. There's a wild pitch that's going to move Hayes down to second base. So now the Chinooks with a runner in scoring position for the 3rd time today. None of the teams obviously have come up with that big hit with a runner in scoring position because we're still scoreless in the bottom of the 4th. About an hour and 4 minutes into this one. We're in the fourth inning, so the pace of play has been pretty good considering they were scoreless. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Not like it was yesterday. Seemed to move along very rapidly, even with the 3-2 score, which is a low-scoring affair. Up the middle, and this will be the shortstop Soto, and that'll be out number 2. The ball bounced right over the second base bag, and Petey Soto, nice job of getting over there and making the play for the second out. Now it's Orion Medeiros. So the Chinooks now, for the first time today, will have a runner at third base, 2 outs. We have seen an Oiler to third back in the second inning, but the first time the Nooks have gotten someone 90 feet away. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Both teams with just 2 base hits. The Chinooks do have an error. Here's the 1-0. Miss. No, it didn't miss. It's called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we'll do this thing again tomorrow against the Bucks, a 12 o'clock start, and we'll be on the air. We'll try to get some pregame interviews. Love doing those with the players and coaches, and we'll try to start that routine tomorrow if we can. I know a bit of a scramble during this weekend because we got to get in and out of these broadcast booths quickly, and don't get down here quite as early as I'd like to. Swing and a miss, and there's your inning. Medeiros strikes out for the second time in the ballgame for Ryan Hughes. That'll be his 5th strikeout of the ballgame. And the Chinooks get a runner at third. Can't quite get him in. We're going to the 5th inning, and we're still in a scoreless tie. Be back in just a minute.
Hi, this is Pastor Brad Rood from The Crossing in Chugiak Eagle River. It was a hard, all-day soaking rain. My friend and I had spent most of the day crossing a glacier. We were drenched, we were cold, we were tired. All we could think about was getting across the ice and crawling into our little tent and warm sleeping bags. It got dark. We had a serious dispute about direction, so sharp we almost went separate ways. And then suddenly we reached the other side. The shadow of the tent right there before us. We dropped our heavy packs, unzipped the door, and crawled into several inches of standing water. Our sleeping bags were underwater. Our clothing bags were wet. Disappointment is too small a word to describe what we were feeling. Sometimes life is like that. Our expectations, our reasonable expectations are high, and instead we receive a crushing disappointment. This is why the Lord tells us to set our hearts first and always on Him. The Lord says in Isaiah 49:23, "Those who hope in me will not be disappointed." Be blessed.
Well, big thank you to Pastor Brad Rood of The Crossing here in Chugiak for giving us that good word. Isaiah 49:23. Back at baseball. And for the Oilers, it'll be Andres Maitai. First pitch is going to miss inside, ball 1. Boy, that talk about hope. Got the privilege of watching a memorial service for a classmate of mine this morning, Lenny Cosentino, good friend. And boy, really heart-wrenching. Obviously, he's got 7 kids my age. I'm 62, and Lenny and I went to high school together back in Sugar Falls, Ohio. But the hope Lenny had in the Lord is what we're all hoping, holding on to. And what a great testimony I heard this morning from his family and friends. And so I hope you have that. I hope you have that hope in the Lord. And that's what the Chinooks and the Athletes in Action ministry is all about. And these guys that are playing for the Chinooks are getting a good dose of life lessons every day by disciplers like Chris Rainwater, who is flying out today. And there's a ball 4 to Andrus Metat. And so he'll reach for the second time. He reached on the error at second the first time up. So that'll be walk number 1. And we've got a new pitcher. Didn't even pay attention. Jacob Hayes is now on the mound for the Chinooks. So he'll take over for Braden Adams. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. So first walk for Jacob. That's 3 walks for Chinook pitching. And the tying run, or actually the go-ahead run, we're still scoreless, is going to be at first base. Now, if this was a real ABL game, you would be in a 9-man situation here. But since we're playing exhibition, I think that we're not playing the rules real tight. They've moved. Jacob Hayes was the DH, and now he's in to pitch. So I think he's probably going to pitch an inning or 2, and then they'll put someone else in. And they will allow Jacob to continue on as the DH if that's what Coach Cole wants to do. But substitution rules in these showcase exhibition games a little loose. So 2-0 pitch. Going to be in there for a strike. Well, we got a number of those encouraging videos throughout the summer that we'll watch from Pastor Brad Rood. What a great teacher he is. And for our players to be under his teaching for the summer as our host church, really a blessing there as well. The 2-1 off the plate. But despite the sadness that I felt this morning for losing my friend, there was an underriding hope of seeing him again one day. So I'm thankful for Lenny and his life, swing and a miss, 3-2, and his faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. So that's what Pastor Brad was just talking about. Life can be full of disappointments. My friend had cancer, and he battled it valiantly for 2.5 years. But now he's feeling no pain. The 3-2, just off the plate, didn't miss by much. And Worthgen gets the call. That's Brock Worthgen, the catcher. So second walk issued by Jacob Hayes. That's 4 walks now for Chinook pitching. 2 on, nobody out. We'll have a little meeting of the minds on the mound here. Dustin Eisenagel out there to talk to Jacob. Those are roommates, by the way. I picked those guys up. They're on my pickup route every day, Dustin and Jacob. And Jacob, pretty tall fella. Dustin, diminutive stature there, kind of looking up and encouraging his pitcher to get back in the zone. You're not going to see a bunt here. I'm sorry. In a normal game, you might see a bunt, but 2 on, nobody out. 9-hitter is Bryce Berkey, the left fielder. He grounded out to third base on a really good play by both David Broughton and Jacob Hayes. Excuse me. So now we'll see what they do here. They're going to let him swing away. It's a showcase. First pitch off the plate, but called a strike. So a little bigger zone there for Mr. Umpire. I don't think we've seen that pitch called a strike all day. So Berkey, 0-1, 9-hitter, steps in from the left side. Got 4 lefties in their lineup, do the Oilers today. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So you got the roommates working together on the mound and behind the plate. Jacob Hayes delivering the pitches and Dustin Eisenagel catching them. Enjoyed getting to know those guys on the pickup route. Pick them up every morning. We go to the gym and work out, and then off to the discipleship and into the ball game. So get to know somebody when you drive them around. We have 3 vans, and those things are full of all kinds of stories, as you might imagine. So And a couple of cars picking guys up at their host family. And what an interesting summer these guys are in for. The 2-1. I don't know. That looked like a better pitch than was called a strike at the beginning of this at bat. But it's called a ball, and it's 3-1. So Berkey one pitch away from loading up the bases here. Jacob Hayes had a little trouble finding the zone. He's walked the first two batters. Here's the 3-1. High chopper to second, and Neiman will text a runner, throw to first, and throws it away. Runner will come home, and that'll be the first run of the ball game. So Berkey will stay at first base. It's an E4. Worthgen was out at second on the tag play, and Metat came home to score the first run of the ball game. So now you got a runner at first base. A run is in, and the Oilers have broken through with a 1-0 lead. First pitch just off the plate. Pretty good spot there. Called a ball. Their zone's been a little bit inconsistent this inning. Top of the lineup, P.D. Soto for the third time. Pop up to first, fly ball to left. 0 for 2. That's a pretty close pickoff over there as Jacob snapped one over to the Jaffe. One out, one aboard, the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to third, Broughton up with it, throws to second for one. Neiman over to first, and there's your double play. Nicely turned by the Chinook infield. That'll go 5-4-3. Broughton to Neiman to Jaffe. And nice job by Jacob Hayes to get out of any further trouble. But one run is scored on no hits. And after 4.5 innings, it's now the Oilers from Peninsula 1 and the Chinooks 0. Back in just a minute. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Nooks here. Bottom of 5. We now have a score. It's 1-0 Oilers. And a new pitcher for the Oilers, Cameron Tepper, 6'1", 175. First pitch called a strike. It's 0-1. Left-handed pitcher from Cal Baptist. And Eisenagel fouls it straight back. It's quickly 0-2. Well, Tepper, a freshman out of Cal Baptist, pitches well off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Left-hander takes over for Ryan Hughes, who went the first 4 innings, scoreless baseball. 2 hits, only 2 hits given up. Walked a couple of guys. Chopper to short, and you come in and make the nice running play. That's P.D. Soto for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down in the Chinook 5th inning. 1-0 is our score. Both teams have only mustered up 2 hits. It's been a pitching and defense kind of game. And here's the 9-hitter, Peyton Neiman. So the only run scored was last inning, almost a double play ball, and Oilers took advantage of an error. First pitch fouled off by Peyton Neiman, strike 1. 1-2-0 for the Peninsula Oilers. 0-2-2 for the Chinooks. 0-1 pitch fouled off. It's quickly 0-2. So I'll tell you what, Mr. Tepper done a good job of getting ahead quickly of these first 2 hitters. Tepper's got that kind of full wind-up action and strikes out Neiman for the second out of the inning. That'll be the first strikeout for Tepper. 6 strikeouts for Oiler pitching today. 2 up, 2 down, back to the top. Oliver Dagenhart, 1 for 2. He got an infield single his last time up. And boy, pace of play with this guy. Tepper is just getting the ball and throwing. First pitch is a strike. I'm not sure he's thrown a ball yet. And foul ball. And all 3 batters, he's gone 0-2. So Tepper coming in and pumping strikes. The 0-2. That one got away from him. Breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. We're in the 5th. 1-0. Oilers, they just scored in their half of the top of the 5th. And that ball's fouled back, and we'll do it again with a 1-2 count. We've seen 4 pitchers now, 2 from each club, as we get another flyover. The landing and taking off area for Merrill Field, a couple miles away. Another breaking ball. It appears Tepper is commanding the fastball, but the breaking ball hasn't quite got the feel of it yet. 2-2 pitch. There's another fastball fouled off. Allows these hitters to kind of lock in on something straight. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Bottom of 5. Left-hander from Cal Baptist. Got in on the hands, fought it off, shallow right field, and that actually got into the gap. Ball carried pretty well. I didn't think he hit it that well. And the right fielder, Sullivan, actually had to angle back and cut it off. But at the end of the day, it's a 2-out double for Dagenhart. And the Chinooks trying to tie this game up. Now it's the third baseman, David Broughton, for the 3rd time. A strikeout looking, ground ball to third base. Broughton is 0 for 2. That'll be the 3rd hit of the day for the Nooks. And out to the mound goes Wingen. And as soon as I say that the band is done, we hear them strike up the drums again. Next pitch, pop up, right field, easy play here, and there's your inning. That's Aiden Sullivan out there making the grab. F9 if you're scoring at the house. The Nooks get a 2-out double from Oliver Dagenhart. He's stranded. A 0 on the board for Oiler pitching. That's the 5th one of the game. We'll go to the top of the 6th. We got a good one going here. It's 1-0 Oilers. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Hope your Saturday afternoon's going well. You'll get to do something with your time tonight, not having to stay up at all hours of the day and night back in the lower 48 to watch these games. That's the benefit of playing these noon games. Don't have too many. We won't have any noon games after this weekend. A couple of Sunday 2 o'clock starts and a couple of Saturday 4 o'clock starts. The rest of them are 6. And stepping in for the Oilers, it's 2, 3, and 4. This is Cole Dawson. First pitch from Louis Zulaika, ball 1. A new pitcher for the Nooks, 6'1", 200, a right-handed sophomore out of Gavilan College, San Jose, California native. Ground ball is short. Degenhardt backhands, throws across, got him. Nice play there by Oliver. And Louis Zulaika gets the first batter of the inning on a routine ground ball to short. 1 up, 1 down. Now it's Colin Robson. Robson, a strikeout swinging and a base hit to right field, so he's 1 for 2 today. Louis hit a home run yesterday in the first game against the Panthers, and he played short. And today he's on the mound, and we'll see if he actually see who bats in that DH spot. Might be Louis getting him in that bat here, as that spot scheduled to hit second next inning. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and it's a 1-0 game. Popped out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we don't have a score bug today. No one's keeping the live stats. We'll do that for our home games. We're responsible for that on the home games. So when we do that, we can bring that score bug in for you. Little tapper up the middle. Tough play here. Neiman's going to have to hurry, and didn't get there in time. Did not get the ball there in time, and so it's an infield single for Colin Robson. That's his second hit of the day. Little tapper kind of got jammed, hit off the backside of the mound. Peyton did a good job of getting there as soon as he could, but by the time he got the ball to first base, the center fielder Robson, who's already got a stolen base under his belt today, beat it out. And he'll probably look to steal here. Here's the right fielder, Aiden Sullivan, for the 3rd time. 0 for 1 with a walk today. Grounded out to second base back in the 2nd inning. First pitch was off the plate. It's 1-0. Zulaika the set and the pitch. Going to be off the plate. 2-0. Louis the set and Louis the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. 1 run scored in the game was a single tally back in the 5th inning on what might have been a double play ball. Got thrown away. There goes the runner, as you might expect. Throw to second and not in time. Good speed by Colin Robson. He's a center fielder by trade. He steals the second bag of the ball game. And last time he stole second, he tried to steal third, and Dustin Eisnagel gunned him out at third. So we'll see if he tries this again. Got a different pitcher to try to get a jump off of here, so got to believe you're going to work him a little bit closer here this time. Popped out of play, and it's now 3-2. Another aggressive swing with a 3-1 count. So Aiden Sullivan looking for his first hit of the second Scout Showcase game of the weekend for the Oilers. Louis Zulaika, the kick and the 3-2 pitch, and it popped out of Dustin's glove for ball 4. And let's see here. That's the first walk for Louis, and for Chinook pitching, unofficially 4 walks on the day. And now you got the first baseman, Ty Thomas, stepping in. Ground ball to short, ground ball to third. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to him. In there for a strike. Well, if you're a Chinook fan here, you'd love a double play. Pretty quick motion there. Louis gets the breaking ball and swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 out, 2 aboard for the Oilers, trying to add to a 1-0 lead. We're in the top of inning number 6. Boy, got fisted. Neiman to his left, going to have to go to first base with it, and does so for out number 2. So the runners move along. Boy, now you got second and third with 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Kyle McDaniel. He walked his first time up, grounded out to first base to end the 4th inning. We're in the 6th inning here. 1-0 Oilers, but they're threatening with 2 on and 2 outs. And late on the fastball, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Well, you really love to tighten this thing up right here. Keep the lead at 1-0. Oilers trying to add to that 1-run advantage. 2 outs. Louis the set and the pitch. Just a bit low, boy. The zone has been tight at times today. Been a few times where he's opened it up, but boy, for the most part, it's been pretty tight. Next pitch, gonna miss high and away. 2-1. Zuleika the set and the pitch. 2-1 way inside, 3-1. And again, it's going to be a situation where you're going to be aggressive at the plate. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. So there's a walk. That'll load them up. And that really doesn't hurt you if you're a Chinook fan here.
Now batting in the gate on that San Antonio, number 16, Andres Mita.
And the bases are full of Oilers. And stepping in is the DH, Andres Mitat. Reached on an error, reached on a walk. Officially 0 for 1. First pitch misses, ball 1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Oilers hold on to a 1-0 lead. They have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Louis Zuleika on the mound, trying to shut this down. Next pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-1. The kick and the 1-1 fouled off. It's 1-2, so now you're 1 strike away from getting out of trouble here. Bases full of Oilers. Oilers 1 run on 3 hits. The Nooks no runs on 3 hits. The Nooks have committed a couple of errors. Louis the set. Deuce is wild on the board. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Nicely done by Louis Zuleika to keep that lead right where it's at. Big 2-out strikeout. And that'll do it for the Oilers. No runs on 1 hit. They leave them loaded. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th. We got a good one going here in Anchorage. It's 1-0 Oilers. Back in just a minute. Little looper into right field. Now to fall in. And Jaden Hill's got his second hit of the day. So Hill gets his second hit of the day. And the Chinooks with 2 outs have a base runner. That's the tying run. And here comes Sam Kwapnowski.
Northern Iowa Area Community College, number 22, Sam.
So Hill's got 1 righty and 1 lefty today. He'll be at first base. And Kwapnowski, a walk and a ground ball to short. He's 0 for 1. Left on left matchup here. Breaking ball sails outside, ball 1. Cameron Tepper. Both innings retired the first 2 batters and then gave up a 2-out hit. You might think Hill might try to get second base here. You gotta go first move. You're going to steal. 2-0 now on Kwapnowski. Next pitch, well off the plate, 3-0. So out to the mound goes the catcher, Brock Worthgen. And going to try to settle down his left-handed relief pitcher from Cal Baptist, a Corona, California native, Cameron Tepper. The Nooks now with 4 hits on the day, but they trail 1-0. On the bottom of 6 of a 7-inning ball game, so it's late. See if Jaden takes off here. Not going. Off the plate, ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk to Kwapnowski. And now the Chinooks have a chance. They have the tying and go-ahead runs on base for Orion Medeiros.
Mike, left fielder from Westmont University, number 21, Orion Medeiros.
So Medeiros, a chance here. If he could find a gap, the Nooks could take the lead. Single would likely score the tying run. First pitch misses, ball 1, and now all of a sudden, Tepper having a little trouble finding the strike zone. So effective in his first 2 innings of work here. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're just over about an hour and 40 into this ball game. Bottom of 6, the pitch. High pop-up, this should do it. Who's going to call it? Looks like the center fielder, Robson's under it. Makes the grab, and there's your inning. Chinooks cannot take advantage of a little bit of a 2-out rally there. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 2 guys on. And we're headed to the final inning here in Game 2 of the showcase. It's 1-0 Oilers. All right, the Chinooks have gone to their bullpen for the third time today. Troy Lopez started the game. Then it was Braden Adams. And Adams turned it over to Zuleika, and now it's Galvin Alvetti. Sophomore out of the University of Central Arkansas, 6 foot 180. And Alvetti will be charged with trying to keep this thing right where it's at. 1-0 Oilers, top of 7. Brock Worthington, the catcher, will step in. Nobody on, nobody out. 7th inning. Ground ball to third. Broughton up with it. Throws across and picked at first by Jaffe for the first out of the inning. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how you do it.
Now batting the left fielder from Cleveland State Community College, number 8, Bryce Berkey.
Here's Bryce Berkey, the left fielder. Ground ball to third and reached on an error back in the 5th inning. We're in the 7th inning of a 7-inning showcase exhibition ball game. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. You got Alvetti now, a newcomer, just got in town for the Chinooks. Kind of a 3-quarter delivery from the right side. Here's the 1-0. Ball just missed somewhere. Called a ball. It's 2-0. Well, glad you're with us. Sorry we didn't have the score bug today, but I've tried to keep up verbally with what's going on. 2-0 count. Chopper over the mound. This is going to be Neiman catching and throwing on the run, and got him. So 4-3. Second ground ball out of the inning, and there's 2 away. Back to the top you go for the 4th time. Petey Soto. Petey Soto pop up to first. Fly ball to left. Grounded into a inning-ending double play. 5-4-3 in the 5th. First pitch. Foul ball down the right field side, and that's out of play. Got the Panners down there waiting to play this next game in that right field bleacher area. And the Miners down the left field side. They're getting ready to play after this one. Should start about 3 o'clock. Swing and a miss. Boy, hey, waved at that one quickly. 0-2. Gavin Alvetti, sophomore out of Central Arkansas. The pitch. Boy, could have been strike 3, was not called. He's a native of Searcy, Arkansas. Home of one of the Fullerton brothers, Peyton. There's a ground ball inside the bag at third. Extra bases here for Petey Soto. He'll jog into second base with a 2-out double. Good bat right there. Boy, early in that at bat, it just looked like Soto could not read the ball out of Alvetti's hand, but put a good swing on that one. Got it by Broughton inside the line. So runner at second, 2 outs. Cole Dawson, the third baseman. Dawson's 1 for 3 today, as the Oilers try to add to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. This is it, final inning, as we play these 7-inning showcase games in Anchorage. They're non-league games, so they don't count towards ABL play, but got some Major League scouts in town taking a look at the talent here in the ABL. And we also have invited the Panners to partake, and we'll see. I would think that it's likely they'll be back in the ABL next summer. Don't have any inside info on that, but I would think that indicators would tell me they are moving in that direction. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dawson. Next pitch, off the plate. Of course, we've had the Fullerton brothers play for the Chinooks from Searcy, Arkansas. And we also have Cade Smith, University of Arkansas product from Searcy. The 2-1. Ground ball, chopper to first base. Boy, you're going to have to flip it, and you got to hurry, and you're going to put the tag on him at the last minute. Little unorthodox 3-1 there, but it works. As you had Jaffe flip it over to Alvetti, and instead of stepping on the bag, he waited and made the tag. And a little excitement there to end the top of the 7th. No runs on 1 hit. You leave 1 runner on. And we are headed to the bottom of the 7th. The Chinooks need 1 to tie and 2 to walk them off. Back in just a minute. Dustin Eisenagel will lead it off for the Chinooks. They trail 1-0, bottom of 7. This is it. Game will be over no matter what happens. We will not play extras here in these exhibition showcase ball games. So Eisenagel, 0 for 2, a strikeout looking, ground ball to short. And he's going to face Tepper for his 3rd inning of work, and the first pitch misses, ball 1. 1-4-0 for the Oilers, 0-4-2 for the Chinooks. Wow. Pitch was called a strike. Not sure where it was, but umpire felt like it was a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's going to miss high. 2-1. Need some base runners here if you're going to mount a 2-run rally. That's all you need. 1-0 Oilers. The pitch. There's the bunt. Well placed. And you throw to first and not going to get him. Ball gets away, and Eisenagel hustles into second. That'll be a single with an error by the pitcher. So 1B1, and there'll be an error assessed on the pitcher. He tried to make a really good play, probably well advised to eat that ball and not make the throw. Now you're probably, well, you're going to run for Eisenagel or not. You're going to let him out there. And he's at second base with nobody out. Represents the tying run. Now it's Peyton Niemann. Niemann has struck out twice, 1 looking, 1 swinging. And now the corner infielder is going to come in here. And I don't think you're going to see a bunt. You're going to let him hit. High chopper right back to the mound. Nobody can make the play. Everybody's going to be safe. Boy, a couple of seeing eye hits here for the Chinooks. 2 1B1s to start the inning. And you got 2 on and nobody out for the leadoff hitter, Oliver Degenhart. And he's had a nice day. He's 2 for 3. So Degenhart, ground ball to first, an infield single to short, and a double in the right field corner. So the tying and winning runs are on base, and Dustin Eisenagel step and a dive. Boy, you got to be careful here. Nobody out. Golden opportunity. Best opportunity of the day for the Chinooks. They trail 1-0. They've out hit the Oilers 6-4. The pitch. And you show bunt. Now you got to run down. And that's not good. 1 or 2 to 4 to 5 to 6. And it's an out. That hurts the Chinooks right there. So Eisenagel got caught on the bunt attempt, and he'll get tagged out, and that's a big out right there. Now, with a runner at first base in Peyton Niemann, there's 1 out, and that's the danger when you bunt through a ball or you don't bunt it. The base runners have a tendency to want to cheat, and Dustin got caught taking that extra half secondary step on his lead. And heads up play by Worthgen. Got him in a rundown, and they got the out. Fouled straight back by Degenhart, who's had a nice day at the plate. 2 for 3 today. Cameron Tepper, the set and the pitch off the plate. 3 balls and a strike now on the Chinook leadoff hitter. Waiting on deck is third baseman David Broughton. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 3-2. Well, a little surprised he didn't take a whack at that one. I thought it was a little high. 3-2, 1 out. We'll see if Neiman is off with this pitch. And not going. And boy, you almost don't want to get two guys picked off here. You had 2 on, nobody out. And Chinooks have already lost 1 base runner in a rundown. With a 3-2 count, let's see if Pateman, probably not moving here, not going, fouled off. We'll do it again. Good job there by Degenhart to stay alive. 1-0 our score. The Oilers scored a single run in the 5th inning. The 3-2. Little looper into right, and is it going to stay up long enough? It is, and we got caught off running to second, and there's your game. Well, a couple of base running errors by the Chinooks. That's going to go F9, and then back behind the runner at 3. And that will end it. So the Chinooks had a promising start to this 7th inning, but they will drop this one by a score of 1-0 on a pitching and defense kind of ball game. The Chinooks end up out-hitting the Oilers 6-4, but they could not get any runs. And so the best opportunity was right there in the 7th inning. He had 2 on, nobody out, a pickoff, and a pop-up double play to right field ends the ball game. So let's walk through this thing, wrap it up for you. The loss will take the Chinooks overall record to 3-5. Of course, they'll stay at 2-4 in ABL play. The Oilers now will be 2-3 overall. They will stay 1-3 in ABL play. Your winning pitcher, well, golly, the run was scored in the 5th, and so I think it's going to be Tepper getting the win here. And the loss, now who was in that 5th inning? I think the loss is maybe Louis Zalaika? No, Braden Adams. I think Braden Adams will take the loss here on the mound. But just not a lot of offense to speak of here. Don't have any of the stats per se in a box score, but just looking through this, through the Oiler lineup, Soto, a 1-for-4 day. He doubled in that 7th inning. Dawson was 1-for-4. He had a single back in the 3rd inning. Nice day at the plate for the center fielder, Colin Robson. He goes 2-for-3 today and a couple of singles. Aiden Sullivan 0-for-1, but he got on base twice with a couple of walks. And looking down the lineup, that's it offensively for the Oilers. For the Chinooks, your leadoff hitter, Oliver Degenhart, 2-for-4 day, so he has a nice day at the plate. And also Jaden Hill with a couple of base hits. He goes 2-for-3 today. Base hit to center and 1 to right, 1 on each side of the plate for the switch-hitting center fielder. Kwapnowski was on the base twice with a couple of walks. And Dustin Eisenagel with a base hit in that last inning. He laid down a perfect drag bunt. And Peyton Neiman also had a hit. He was 1-for-3. So the Chinooks with 6 hits on the game, but they can't score a run. And they lose this one by a score of 1-0. Well, what's next for the Chinooks? It's the same thing tomorrow. You got a noon start against the Bucks right here at Mulcahy. We'll try to get on the air about 11:45. We'll see if we can get some interviews with some coaches and players here moving forward. But that'll do it for a Saturday afternoon, a beautiful afternoon here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. And we'll say a farewell to Chris Rainwater, our faithful discipler who heads back to the Colorado area. He lives in the Denver area. Did a great job with these guys, really setting the tone for the rest of the summer in our discipleship classes in the afternoons. We'll say goodbye to him today. Quinn Besno is back in Alaska for much of the summer. She's a photographer and also working some of the AIA soccer camps, so it's good to see her back in Alaska. But that'll do it for a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for all the live chat comments. And thanks for watching. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. The Chinooks drop Game 2 of the showcase this weekend by a score of 1-0. So until tomorrow at about 11:45 Alaska time, from Anchorage, Alaska, this is Dr. John Gross signing off. So long, everybody.